Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday, the 5th of June, 2022, ending Friday the 10th. Hope you had a good trading week, although I wouldn't say this one was very spectacular. We've seen better weeks, and this one was really just a waste of time, to be honest. It was a short week. We had the Memorial Day holiday, and when you look at the intra-week action, we'll talk about what that means. There just really wasn't much there, so I don't want to act like it should have been anything interesting for most people. You got to hope that that's not the beginning of summer, and it's hard to believe that the market isn't moving better given everything that's going on in the world, but we'll talk about that here as we go. Here's the US dollar index. This also did nothing. We did have a couple winners this week, but it also did nothing all week. Remember, again, short week with Memorial Day, so the bank holiday on Monday. Just nothing here really at all to look at. Let's look at the major pairs. So you got the euro dollar, nothing here at all. You've got the pound dollar, nothing here at all. You've got the Aussie dollar up a little bit, is what it is. You got the euro yen. This one's starting to break out to new highs. We got the pound yen. Guess what? Not quite at new highs, but did have an up week, and that's that. If we look at the intra-week action on these things, let's look at the pound dollar. This is the main one we trade anyways, right? It's only 200 pips from high to low. And if you take out, Wednesday had the big move down and Thursday had the big move back up. If you take those out, it was really just nothing. It was a nothing burger all week, and I don't want to get too wrapped up in anything else. The euro dollar high to low for the week is only 160 pips, so I don't want to act like Forex is the most exciting place to be right now. Actually, there's nothing really exciting. That's really what's disappointing. Now, here's the ES, let's do the front month. Here's the ES front month futures contract. So the daily chart, the broad market in futures form, we did have the 13 buy signal back in May, and that was the low. So the signal right on target as it should be. Here's a look at the S&P cash, down 68 points today. Look at that one, the 13 buy signal around the same time in May. The cash and the futures are a little different, but look at that bounce off the risk line. You can't make that up. So that's just right now. Did we already exhaust that? We're almost there, because here's the thing. You need a 9-bar startup phase. That's gone, actually. Never mind if I go to projection mode. So, one target is the green line at 4,600. Kind of doubt that's where we're going right now. The other would be a new 9-bar startup phase. Or that was your bounce and you failed. Like, that's it, right? NASDAQ 100 down 344 points. And again, if you look at these daily candles, you can see it doesn't look like much. And when I show you the intraday, you're going to be like, oh, what a nothing burger of a week. SOX down 95 points. Is what it is. The biotech's up 17.15. Russell 2000 was down 14.62. We've got the crude oil inventories up 339. And again, trading even higher in the aftermarket. So, this is a new high close for on the weekly chart anyways for crude oil with everything that's going on in the war. Obviously, we'd probably be back in the 60s or 70s if it wasn't for the war, but it is what it is. Saudi Arabia and the OPEC plus countries have said they're going to increase production. We'll see what that means. But yeah, nothing great there at all. Gold down 17.5 puts the, there's nothing there. This thing really hasn't. The interesting part is gold hasn't done almost anything for a while, right? We're still where we were last November. So with all the inflation, with all the war stuff, everything else, gold doesn't seem to care. That's really, really interesting all by itself. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, negative 943 on Friday. It was negative most of the days this week, although there was one big positive day. Negative 1353, 1386 on the New York. So more stock way down than up. NASDAQ volume, 4.1 billion shares. This is the interesting thing about Friday, which we knew it felt slow, and I really wouldn't have encouraged anybody to trade after we saw what we saw. But this is the lowest volume day of the year, basically. There was one day in February that's really close, and other than that, since January 1st, this is the lowest volume day of the year. What is that? It's very interesting. Don't know what that means yet, because usually the low volume days are up days. This is the lowest volume day of the year, and it was a down day after an up day before it. VIX closes up 7 cents to 24.79. This thing has still not gotten over 40. Means I don't think the bottom's in. Trend up. Trend closes at 1.40, puts the 10-day at 1.03. That's not a signal. Let's go through our major. Well, let's look at Bitcoin first. Sitting at 29,570. I mean, this is the daily chart. This has been dead flat now for almost a month. Right? No action at all in the cryptos. Let's look at the major daily charts of the big tech stocks. Apple down $5.83 after bouncing the day before. Amazon down 63.22. rallied this week based on the stock split announcement, but obviously it's been crushed from almost 3,800 to almost 2,000. That's like a 45% drop in Amazon over the last 6 months. Facebook down $8.08. Puts the nothing there. This thing's gone nowhere in a while. Google down 61.63. Same story basically in a different form. Goldman Sachs down 5.57. Bank's not looking great. Netflix down $6.11. Now this thing just wow, from $700 to $200 in so many months. Peloton down 64 cents to $12.53. Ick. Rich made a joke in the room the other day. Oh my gosh, something's wrong with my screen. Peloton's green. No, it's not. Just give it a few minutes. And it closed down for the day. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 25 cents. So bonds down, rates up. We're about to get a 13 buy signal there, though, so be careful with that. Tesla down 71.45. Zoom loses $2.82. By the way, Tesla laying off 10% of its workforce, it looks like. And also Musk trying to pull the come to work instead of work at home or go away card, which is super exciting in the year 2022. It's like he doesn't understand the modern world at all when he's running a company like Tesla. The VXX up 19 cents, doesn't really matter. Remember, they've stopped printing more of this, so it's not quite as exciting as it used to be. The Dow was down 348. All right, let's look at the intra-week action. I'm going to go 10-minute candles so you can see. Remember, far left of this chart is Friday. We kind of went up, and then Monday was a holiday, and so even though the markets were closed, the futures kind of open, but you can see there's no volume. You don't even count that. Tuesday, you actually gapped down the big blue candle. That's the start of the week, right? That's the big blue candle right there, and so it gapped down, and we closed inside that candle on Tuesday. Wednesday, we gapped up, dropped, and still closed inside of. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't. We closed just lower than Tuesday's opening candle. Thursday, we opened flat, no gap, and basically then rallied, closed at the high of the week with a 13 sell signal on the 10-minute chart. And then Friday we gapped down, and we were sitting inside that opening candle from Tuesday most of the day, and then we kind of closed just under, actually just in it. So net from the start of Tuesday until the end of Friday, nothing, and some back and forth shaking and nonsense. It really is depressing to watch, honestly. NASDAQ 100, not much different, closed just under the opening candle back on Tuesday. So I'm not going to get too wrapped up in the fact that you should have gotten much done this week. It's just been such a horrible week from that perspective, and it is what it is. All right, in terms of economic data coming out this week, I've got some bank holidays in New Zealand and Australia and France and Germany. Australia's got their AIG Services Index on Monday. No U.S. data on Monday. Tuesday, again, the rate announcement out of Australia, but not much other data. But we got the trade balance out of Canada and the U.S. That's one of our big three each month. So we'll be half size ahead of that for Forex and just see what it does to the market. It's an hour before the bell. Japan's got some data. We got consumer credit here in the U.S. Still pretty light. Then we go to Wednesday. Unemployment rate out of Switzerland, French trade balance, Italian retail sales. We got final wholesale inventories here in the U.S., crude oil inventories in the U.S., 10-year bond auction in the U.S., whatever, trade balance out of China. Thursday, we've got new loans out of China. We got the rate announcement out of the ECB, the European Bank. Same thing, looks like China's going to have some kind of an announcement. I said China. Canada's going to have some kind of an announcement. Natty gas inventories, that's the weekly number. Then China's got their CPI and PPI. Really, this is a light week for data, even though there's a couple of big ones. And then on Friday, unemployment rate, capacity utilization, CPI, preliminary University of Michigan sentiment, and federal budget balance at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So, it's not a huge week for data, but there's a couple key ones. And there's no holiday, but we're entering summer. This is going to be interesting. You talk about things slowing down in the summer, but you have so much going on in the world. It's hard to believe we're just going to float along like there's nothing wrong. But anything is possible, and we will see what we get. Charts as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.